Hello guys, so I'm gonna show you Java classes and objects visualization. So you're gonna visualize how Java works with Java with classes and objects. So let's do a simple example. Clear this. So I'm gonna create a new project, project one. Now new class driver. Perfect. So I create a new class with the main function. Control S, Control Tab, sys out, and do hello. Okay, so I'm gonna show you how all this works. So first, you have your class driver. Okay, your class driver. So you have your class driver. Inside this driver, you have your main function. You have your main function. So when Java starts any program, it's going to look for this main function and start right away any code that's inside here. So whatever it says, system out is going to print out. It's good. Now, say now I go here and create new class cat. Now I go here, new class cat. Good. I go back. What you see this star here is because it's not saved. So I click Control S and it saves. It's very important. So now I say here cat, the class name, cat, the object, so cat1 is just the variable name. I can name it whatever. New cat, like this. So what's going on here? I'm creating a new cat object. I'm creating a new cat object and storing in this variable. So if I just click run, nothing happens because this cat is not doing anything. But now, say I want this cat to do something. So I go back to cat class and say public. Public means anyone can access this method I'm going to write. Void means it doesn't return anything when this function is done. And then I put the name, say speak. And then I put this two parentheses. It means whatever is in here is the argument of the method. Right now, I don't want any arguments. I want to show you what the arguments do after. And I say sys out. Sys out just means output to the console right here, sys out. And I say meow. So whenever I call this function speak, it should output meow. So I go here, say cat.1 that speak. So how I did this, so I just wrote the variable name cat1 dot and look for the method I'm looking for, speak. Or you can just write the first letter and it shows here, speak, and I click speak. Now if I run this function, what's going to happen? You see meow and hello world. Why? What's going on? It's because I'm creating an object and this object has a method called speak and it's going to speak here. So if you want to visualize this, this is what's going on. You have, and now I just create a cat class. It has a method called speak. And then in here, I have an object right here. Let's put this in a color. Okay. Yeah, let's put it here. Cat speak. Yeah, let's put it in a color. Wait, I can put color. There you go. Put it color here. And I put it here. The cat speaks. Now, say, so the code is going to run like this. It's going to look for the main. Yeah, okay, it looks for the main. It looks for this. It hits this part, the speak part. It performs the action. So, and then when it's done this part, it goes here, hello world, hello world. Now, Say I want another action this cat wants to. It doesn't only want to speak, it wants to another method. Public void eat. So I control S is eating. Very easy. Perfect. Now, if I run this function, now what I did is that I said public, so anyone can access this method. Void, it means it doesn't return anything when this method is done. And then eat is the method name. Here is arguments. It doesn't have any kind of arguments. And then, so once this function is called, it's gonna perform this action. You just cat is in. It's gonna output cat is in on the console. So what I'm gonna do if I run this function right now, it's still the same output as before because I'm not calling the function. So say I'm gonna call it here right after he speaks, cat1. There's no okay. There you go. It's gonna eat, and then it's supposed to output cat is in. See, if I put this after, see, it's gonna say cat is speaking, hello world, and cat is in. Cat is in. So if you want to visualize this, it's here, and you have your own code right here. See, now say I have a dog. I want to create a dog. Same thing. Create a new dog class. It has a method. Public void speak. Sending out. So if I run this method, what happens? If I run this code, what happens? Nothing wrong because I didn't even create the dog object. So if I say dog.1 equal new dog. So what's going on here? It says, okay, create a dog class that I just made, a dog object, so dog1, and start this dog variable. I mean, start this object, new object, store in this variable. And then what happens if I run this code? Nothing at all because I didn't call the method. Now, if I say right after the cat speaks, I want the dog to speak. So I say dog to speak. So meow, bark. So this speak, cat, meow, dog, barks, hello, then cat eats. So if you want to visualize this, you see here. So I just create a new class named dog, and it has a method called speak, right here, and then I call it right after the first one. So I put it here, right here. So the when you run this function, what happens is you call the main here. You create the both objects. You need to create the objects, or else it doesn't work. See what happens if I delete. It's gonna complain. It says, "Hey, there's no cat1 or dog2. I need to create the objects." And then cat1 speaks, says meow, and then you see dog speaks, says bark, and then the method hello world, and cat1. That's how the methods and that's how objects works in Java. Now, there is a special class static. Yeah, you can create a static method. What does this mean? It means if I create new class, say bird. Okay, I'm gonna create a bird. Now this bird is gonna be special. Now, public void speak speak system out and say true. But now public void, so public, so everyone can handle this, can call this method. Because if I don't put public, remember here, I won't see the method anymore. When I say bird in the future, say bird1 dot speak, I won't see it. That's why it needs to be public. Void, it doesn't return anything. Speak, chirp. Now make it static. What does that do? It means I don't need to create an object like cat and dog anymore. I can call it directly bird dot speak, and that's it. You see, this is italic because this is a static method. So I see I didn't create a bird here. I just did it directly. Bird dot speak, and it chirps. See, this is a static method. Usually you avoid static methods because in big projects you need to compile the whole code whenever you change it. But for now, for little project, it's fine just to show you if ever you see static. So yeah, if you want to visualize that, you have here bird, and then you have speak, and then you have right after the dog, right here. But remember, I'm not creating an object here. I'm just calling a static method. I even think you can't even do it directly like this. No, you can't. You actually have to call the class name. So yeah, that's classes and objects. What else? Oh, okay. So say I have more than one cat. So I have cat one. Right. Now I have cat two. Cat cat two. Now this cat two, I want it to speak right at the very end. Cat two speak. So this cat two is going to speak right at the very end. It's a different cat. So what happens is going to meow too. So you have the first meow from the first cat and the second meow from the second cat. So I just created a different cat from the same class. So say this is the cat class. This is the cat class. And then from this cat class, I created two cats. Cat one and cat two. So cat class, cat objects. And then instead of doing like this to be more clear, like this, if you want to be more clear, like so, this cat one, is the first cat that speaks. So it goes here. This is the cat class and this is the cat objects. Object, cat object, cat object, and goes here. So the first cat speaks, and then the very last cat speaks. So it goes at the very end, right here. And then I created another dog object, I mean just one dog object, and then it dog one, I think, yeah, dog one. So dog one object, like so, and it's being called right here, right after the first cut, dog one. Now bird does not have an object, as you can see, it's just being called directly right here. And then you have your your print out right here. And then, yeah, I forgot about this. Cat1, it eats. So cat1, it does another action. It eats right here. Right over here. So yeah, this is how you can visualize what's going on in this code right here. Yeah, okay, I think that's it. Okay, it's good. Thank you.